You know what I think I did? I think I turned off the stream instead of starting the recording. So that's good. I mean, we still have audio. Audio's good. Everything's good. But everybody at home who watches this via video, you just missed a great email. That's all. It's fine. Maybe I'll stick it in the edit, and then you'll have that too. But don't worry about it, everybody. It's all good. Scott knows how to podcast. Okay. Now we'll hand the torch over to Kristen, who will fill us in on where we are in this mess.
Last time on There Will Be Dungeons, seek and ye shall find goo! Thrown against 3 ways to wander, Varel led, leaning left. In only a few feet, though, he knew it to be the nest of a nasty. Correcting course, they then sought the second street and found a foul fiend that flung itself underfoot. Foregoing a fight, they finally rambled down the right route to see a circular sweep with a pair of boots in its bosom that bothered the bunch. Was it a trap? Stanley sent Mage Hand to swat, only to surmise that they were stone. Practicing prudence, they wriggled around the room's rim. Next up were niches, left or right. Hearing the singing sovereign to the left and seeing supply cache scribed on the right, their course was concluded. Into a pinching passage they proceeded, soon spotting an old sack filled with supplies, most notably a red gem and a wooden totem. Feeling they had found the funds, they headed back out, Hope heading first. Unfortunately, this would not be a wieldy walk, for the walls had woken. Gluttonous goo on the ground grew ever closer. Hope stabbed the one startling her, only to find it foul her weapon and burn her breeches. Retreat rang out, and the race ramped up. Varel caught the goo closest to their cutaway and flung flurries of fists. Stanley snuck out next, while Nash gnawed his knowledge for any spell that might service the seemingly hopeless Hope. Exhausted of enchantments, he hied a hasty hustle. Hope was not lost, however. Enacting her escape plan, she gathered her gumption to get out. Hurrying out of the hallway, the ooze clash continued. Varel's vices viciously eviscerated, while magic and bullets finished the fiends off. The deed done, it was newly noted that the caroling king had quit. Varel flew forward and launched into a loud laud listing his own leadership list. Now rejoin our heroes as they face down the conjectural king of the caves underneath the treacherous wiles of the Teat.
That one was flawless, dude. You nailed that one.
What is it? Writhing around the ringing rim or something? It was one that really jumped out at me.
That was really intense. I'm super impressed.
I like how it makes it sound like we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big fan.
And we weren't just scared of some feet.
Yeah. All right, Bo. Well, it's in your hands now to take us on our way.
Welcome back to the adventure. You've just defeated the 2 black puddings. And singing could be heard sung out. And Varel, in response, sung back at the end of last week's episode. Do you wish to serenade us once again?
Oh, I am the king from above. This is my sword, this is my cave. I want to meet you, dear king. These are my companions. They are very brave.
You gotta work on his rhyming, but other than that was impressive.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Your voice echoes out. Roll a performance roll, please.
Ooh. A 16.
Oh, I was hoping that 20.
Okay. As your voice echoes out down the cavernous hallway that I believe you've projected through the western passage, which you have not been down yet, you wait a moment and get nothing back in response. However, the cave has become quiet. You get the sense that your singing was heard.
Oh, kings are we! And I continue.
While he's singing, I am going to go over, pull out the med kit, and start working on George's foot.
Right. So George, in shock, just like is sitting on the ground, clutching his leg, going, ooh, 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 ooh. And so you're going to work on his foot. Exactly how? When you take a look at the foot, you see that the foot is the shoe's been blown open where the gunshot entered. you don't see much else with the boot on. You'll have to get him to take off his boot.
All right. Well, not standing on ceremony. I'm pulling the boot off.
Okay. You pull the boot off, and he goes, "No, wait!" And he sort of holds you back. You'll have to make a contest.
Okay. What am I rolling against him here?
Athletics or dexterity, your choice.
Okay.
Or acrobatics.
It's going to be a 13.
Okay, so you successfully rip George's boot off, and his foot becomes revealed. This smelly mass of foot flesh torn open where the bullet's in. It looks split sort of at the top of the foot. Down, a toe appears to also have flung off as you pulled the boot off. So you only got 4 toes left.
That's unfortunate for him. All right, I'm gonna open up the first aid kit. What have we got in there?
Your standard first aid supplies, so gauze, bandages that are rotted. The gauze also is very yellowed. Brittle.
So it's not in great shape here.
No. Sorry, I can find out more information for you if you give me a moment.
Sure.
I used to know this stuff by heart. Let's see here. Okay, so there are bandages. There's safety pins that are rusted. There look to be like some plastic gloves, but those have holes in them. There are packaged up wipes in there. You see a thermometer, again, rusted on the metal end. There is a tube with some sort of, like, you know, a tube that might contain like cortisone or something, hydrocortisone or cream. There's a container with pills in it.
Ooh.
And there also, it looks like there's like a bottle of brown water.
All right. It's not labeled or anything, right?
Nothing's labeled.
Okay. How held together is his foot? Like, are these just actual, just wounds, or is his foot actually kind of split in places?
So the bullet entered the top of his foot. That as you examine it, it's sort of split. It's not, the foot's not split in half, but like it's damaged from the top of the foot down to where the middle toe is, and the middle toes come off.
Okay.
It's bleeding profusely.
All right. So the first thing I'm gonna do is take some of the. First, I'm going to prestidigitate as much of the just blood that's on the surface of the foot away as possible.
Okay.
I'm gonna apply gauze to where the toe is missing, where it seems like the bulk of the bleeding is, and wrap the foot in the bandages as best I can, which, looking at the condition, I don't think this is going to necessarily be enough, but I want it to just hold its shape so that I can then cast Cure Wounds on him.
Sure. Roll a medicine check for the application of the bandage, please.
That is a 10.
Okay, so you don't do a fantastic job, but you bend down, and he's trying to put on a bravish face as you gently wrap the bandage around his foot and then over into where the opening is between his toes.
Ugh.
With the foot bandaged and Varel continuing to sing while you perform this operation, you cast your Cure Wounds on it.
Yep, and that's going to give him 12 hit points left. I'm sorry, 13 hit points left.
Okay. As you cast your magic upon him, his breathing slows down. He enters what appears to be a relaxed state, and he seems to physically just be in less pain. Now, the bandages become bloody very quick, but you have a sense that within minutes the wound on his foot will close. However, his foot will remain permanently a 4-toe foot.
Yeah, that toe's gone.
Yeah.
All right.
He leans against the wall, and he passes out.
All right, I put the boot by him, stand up, press to digitate the blood off my hands, and get ready for whatever's to come.
All right.
Hope reloads her gun arm while this is going on.
So the cavern, aside from Varel singing, there's no discernible enemy or sound. However, Varel's voice fills the cave quite a bit, so it's hard to... I was going to say it's silent, but it isn't. Varel's singing like a bad man.
The problem of Blanc Oliver, I did Sulliver.
Oh, Lord.
So last week, the black pudding, you fought the black puddings in the cavernous area to the west, marked supply cache. Both of them, having been defeated and turning into piles of dust, are now strewn about the room. But apart from that, and George, there's little sign of violence in the room or threat.
Oh, did we want to take a look at the gem and the stick of wood that we found?
I can take a look and see what I can discern from it, but it's going to take 10 minutes, and if anything shows up, I just need you all to keep an eye out.
I think we can do that, and if anything, Varel will probably be going for another 20 minutes at least.
All right. Well,
Do you need me to recap what was obtained? Because yesterday you obtained the items and then were attacked, so you didn't really have a chance to divvy up loot.
I
want
know
to do that
that
now,
I
we can
took
do
the
that.
red gem, the gold necklace, and the stick. That's what I
Okay.
have.
They were okay, perfect. There was a dagger.
Oh, and I had
in
the
there.
med kit, which has now been kind of used.
The med kit's pretty. Very little to salvage in the med kit.
Yeah.
There was a very old pack of cigarettes in there. Did anyone take those, or they thrown them away?
I would have thrown them away. I wouldn't have kept them.
Very old?
Yeah, like very old. No one's been down here in a long time.
I'm going to pocket those.
Okay. Can you make
Okay.
sure to add an old pack of cigarettes to your?
It doesn't have enough diseases.
This is going to come in handy one day, and you're all going to thank me then.
There's
Okay.
gonna be a spell that requires cigarettes.
I've only got 700 types of cancer. I'm going for 701.
I'm just going to call these old cigarettes. Okay? Does that work? Okay.
There's the what else? There was a set of rotten clothes, which I don't think anyone took. There was a dagger.
I
there.
used to have a dagger and lost it in our big kerfluffle a while back. I'd love to take a dagger if nobody else wants it.
All right, add a dagger. You can add the dagger using the inventory
Right.
system, so that you have a weapon of that nature.
Let's
Your
see.
character sheet.
Yep.
The stuff that I show that Hope held on to, at least from my notes, was the compass, the handgun with 30 rounds of ammo, pepper spray, glue, a Swiss Army knife, lantern with oil. I don't know if we kept the rotten rations, but it's on there. And a shortwave radio.
Okay, so those are all the things that Hope has. Hope you have the shortwave radio as well.
Yes.
Okay.
The pepper spray I dropped during the fight.
Yeah,
Oh,
pepper
that's
spray's
right.
used. Yeah.
All right. I have the dagger now.
And you have the stick, John.
Yeah, that's what I will go ahead and start focusing on first.
You have identify as a ritual.
Yes, I'm going to sit down and begin the ritual to identify the stick.
Now, Varel, I don't know if you have a sense of what's going on behind you as you barrel your beautiful voice down the hallway, but do you continue? Do you have a plan for how long you wish to continue singing?
I'm making my way through the whole list at the moment.
Okay, so I'm going to need a check from you to concentrate on identifying the item, John, because there is an awful racket happening from Varel.
I rolled a 5 plus whatever.
Okay, so you're going to require a little bit more quiet than what's currently happening here.
Okay.
I still don't know what the check is, but 5 probably won't cut it.
Probably
Unless
not going to get there.
It's going to be like an intelligence-based check. And you're a charisma guy, so... I don't even know if there is one for that. Is there? I just make one with an intelligence modifier. There's no concentration skill. All right, yeah, you're going to need a bit more quiet. Or if you have some other means of blocking out the noise, the distraction.
I'm not that worried about it. This was just to fill time.
Okay.
It can be done later.
Perfect. All right, so we've divvied up the loot, and you turn to Varel, and you watch. His back is to you as he's singing his number down the cave, apparently without end.
With Stanley, I slew the metal manly.
He's starting to rhyme, you guys.
He's learning.
Yeah.
Look, we're all in pretty bad shape. If this thing isn't going to show itself, it might not be a bad idea to get someplace a bit safer and recover.
I agree. Oh, can I ask an out of character question to our DM?
Absolutely. Sure.
I got all
absolutely.
kinds of emails and tweets between last show and this one where I was feeling very out of abilities and skills. And everybody's like, hey, in 5th edition, you can just swap extra sorcery points in for spell slots. I thought it was the other way around. And so...
it works both ways, I believe.
Is it both ways? So I can do one or the other. All right.
Let me double check that, but yes, you can, definitely you can turn sorcery points into spell slots.
I always thought it was the other way when I didn't
Convert.
really need
You can use your sorcery points to gain additional spell slots, or sacrifice spell slots to gain additional sorcery points. So what my understanding is that the spell level equals the number of points used, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe
So if you need a 3rd level spell slot, you need 3 sorcery points to convert.
Correct. That's my understanding, but I thought it was the other way around. So I thought it was like 3
Oh, it
spells.
works both ways.
Okay. I guess I meant it. I thought it only worked that way. So if that's the case, that's good to know. All right. I agree with Stanley. My whole point was we should rest. How far are we from our full rest? Can we do one yet?
So you all had a sleep during the day yesterday. You know, Hope in the doctor's office and showing up in Monsoon Cabbage's crazy underground lair, and you guys hanging low in the building after the intercom message had shot out through Trashburg. So you would have woken up, let's say about 7 or 8 p.m., then made your way over to Monsoon, spent some time there, had dinner. So like 9, 10, 11, 12. We're looking at maybe we've been up for 7, 8 hours.
Is that all?
With all the activity that's happened
Okay.
since you've had your long rest. I believe you do need to go 16 hours.
Yeah, we have a
between
whole
long rests.
double that to go. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, you can still rest though. So you don't have to rest just for 8 hours. You could rest for 16 hours, kill time, and do that. That's like not a problem. But you just don't gain the benefits. I don't know. That it's a decision you'll have to make as a party.
So it just means hanging around this cave for a really long
24
time.
minus 16 is 8 hours. So I think maybe it's 18, but I'd just say 16. I'd give you 16.
Because I'd love to refresh these slots.
So basically, if you wanted to have a sleep and refresh your spell slots, you should ask the party members if they'd be willing to do that for you. But you guys need to chill out for 16 hours down here. Keep in mind, it is Tuesday evening. You did decide to depart earlier than Monsoon suggested, and your plans don't come to fruition until Sunday morning, Saturday night. So you do have time.
Okay. I'm gonna ask them. I'll say Nash wouldn't say friends. That'd be something Varel would say. Hold on. What would I say?
New Nash could say friends.
Nash would just say, hey,
Holiday
guys.
Spirit Nash could say friends.
Hey, lady.
I'll just say, is anyone opposed to the idea of chilling out here until we can get some rest? I'm spent. I got nothing left in me. If we have another encounter like what we had back there, I'm done for. Or it's
I don't think this is exactly the safest place for it, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. Especially because we're all still, I think, recovering a bit. Hope as well.
Well,
Yeah, you have exhaustion too, I believe.
it I mean, you say it's not safe here, but where is it safe? We don't know. If we go forward, it's not safe. We go back, it's not safe. It's not safe anywhere, Stanley.
We could go back to where we originally got down here. It's a bit more defensible. Seems quiet, secluded. I don't anticipate people finding it.
Varel, does this waste all your singing if we make a decision like that?
Hmm?
Do you still have those pills, Stanley? Maybe they'll work on Varel.
I believe we should hunt the hospitality of this king. He has many supplies. He is perhaps well fed to have such a boisterous voice. He could share his goodwill with us while we're down here and make our stay much more enjoyable. Unless you intend to eat bugs for the next 24 hours.
How certain are you that he's welcoming arms? How certain are you of that, and not that we're going to run into more resistance?
I surmise he is a loner, as he sings to himself, as I did in the desert many times.
That still doesn't give me great faith he isn't going to try to smash us the moment he sees us.
Oh, surely with your silver tongue, Stanley, you could seduce him into offering a bed.
Hope will give a little chuckle cough.
I could certainly try, but there's no guarantee. We don't even know who this is.
The king below, the king of the cave.
Mm-hmm.
I have listed our deeds at great volume, you may have heard. He should be well aware of who we are and what we stand for.
Well, and the fact that he hasn't come running is a bit of a concern, or I don't know, maybe even a bit of a relief. Maybe he's just boisterous as opposed to actually, having the bravado he seems to.
I did not include George in my song. Perhaps I should continue, so he is fully aware.
He's asleep. I wouldn't worry too much about George.
George may as well not even be here at this point.
Good. It was difficult to rhyme with. Also, Pixie as well.
Oh,
Pixie's a
right.
Trixie.
Trixie, yes.
Trixie.
Yes. And I breathe in deep to begin singing again. We have with us a pixie. She is a very Trixie. Alright, there we go. Covered. We have invited ourselves at this point.
Well, we are certainly announced. That's for sure.
We could send Pod out and see if she can find him. And if she sees others, or sees any tricks, or sees any danger, she can tell us.
You feel a tapping on your shoulder. Nash.
Yeah. I feel it. Yes, Pod.
Remember, I don't have dark vision. I can't see like you in the dark with your magic.
Oh, shit, I totally forgot. But I can...
You want to send me out?
I can... Well, I couldn't. No, I can't because I'm out of spell slots, so alright. Never mind. If she can't see, she won't do us any good in there.
Well, why don't we take a moment? We'll see if this king presents himself. Vorel, you've done a fantastic job of singing. If you could just maybe go on a quiet alert at this point, I can at least maybe take a look and see if I can identify some of this stuff we found.
Very well. And I will take position by the tunnel, looking down at Sword Up in case some sort of danger comes that way.
Alright, we're gonna try identifying the stick again.
Cool. I'll position by this other tunnel.
All right. So you cast Identify as a ritual,
Yep.
and so 10 minutes elapses, and you wave your hands over the stick. You peer deeply using your connection to the magical energies around you, and after some time, you come to a quiet conclusion as to what the item is. So it is. And I'm just, if you bear with me a moment, I'm bringing up the information.
Sure.
It doesn't have a formal name, although if you had to give it one, you would call it a Wand of Scowls, which you can add to your inventory. The wand has 3 charges, it seems, and while holding it, you can use an action to expend its charge on a target humanoid you see within 30 feet of you. They have to succeed on a DC 10 Charisma saving throw or be forced... There's a train pulling in, sorry. Or be forced to scowl for 1 minute. The wand expends all charges at dawn. If you expend if the wand's last charge, roll a d20. On a 1, the wand transforms into a wand of smiles. This is all information you glean from it, but you're not sure. It doesn't seem... It seems wrong. Like, it seems off. Not quite what you were expecting, I suppose.
Yeah, that's fine. No, that's great.
You could call her Wanda.
I look up at everybody. I have found the item that has permanently cursed Nash, it seems. This here wand will make somebody scowl.
Oh.
I find it only fitting that you have this, Nash, seeing as you can spread your disposition to others now by force. I will give the item over to Nash.
I will take it, like, here. Hold on.
So, Scott, make sure you add the Wand of Scowls.
I will.
Imagine
Imagine
it
being handed
There
to
we
me
go.
like this can of dust spray.
Uh-huh.
And
Close.
I'm going to do this.
Stick.
I'm going to just reach out and go like that. And put it in my pocket.
You may now add a Wand of Scowls to your inventory. It should be findable under equipment, so you can add that right in.
Wanda Scowls. I love her stand-up. She's really good. Let's see. Okay. Why isn't it coming up?
Oh, it should be there.
I have Wand of Secrets.
Equipment. I go to manage equipment. I go to add items. Wand of... Oh, it's not there.
Yeah, I see Wand
Well,
of
shit.
Secrets.
Well, you're just going to have to remember it now.
I can
Yeah.
I can
I'll-
manually
I'll-
put it in. I just don't have any stats on it.
I'll send you the link in Slack so you have it.
Oh,
Okay.
weird. It's on mine. I see it.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Let me
It's a
just-
common item. Maybe that's... I don't know.
Wand of Magic, Wand of Secrets, Web, Binding. Yes.
I just typed "wah" and it showed up.
Wow.
I clicked equipment, inventory, manage equipment, and then add items and typed "wah." So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Wand of Magic.
I'll add it to mine, and if we need to reference it, I'll have it, and then we can figure this out later.
Okay, okay.
Is it really... Yeah, I don't see it, though, too. It's funny.
Yeah, it's weird that you have it and we don't. I don't get
Oh,
it.
if you load more, maybe? No. Weird.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah,
All right.
All right. Well, you have a Wand of Scowls. It's pretty straightforward. What it does, you can force someone to DC 10, or else they have to scowl for a minute.
Okay.
All right.
Won't be hard.
Yeah. So you've identified the item. Hope and Varel are leaned against the wall, looking down either passage. The cavern has become silent.
So with nothing else going on, I guess I'll try and cast Identify on the gold necklace next.
Okay. Another 10 minutes goes by as everyone tensely awaits to hear news from you. The gold necklace is benign, magically speaking. It's a golden
And
necklace.
this is a gold necklace. Congratulations. And then the last thing we were going to look at was the gem and see if that was magical.
Okay. And another 10 minutes goes by. The gem is a red gem, benign magically.
And a red gem.
Oh, on the red gem too? Okay.
Uh,
Another 10
wait, that was it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you've spent 30 minutes identifying items. You found the Wand of Scowls and 2 benign, or mundane, we'll say, items, non-magical.
What about these?
I would take a red gem.
What about these sweet cigarettes in my pocket? Should we check those just in case?
No, Nash, I think if you want to figure out if those are magical, you can spend the time on that one.
Can I do an Arcana check on these cigarettes?
You can, but it won't work the same way as Identify spell works.
No, I know. But it'll at least tell me if there's something magic.
I might be able
in
to
there.
give you a hint, or you might be able to learn something.
All right, so that's what I'm going to do.
Sold to you by a cowboy.
23.
Okay, so you, while John does like his real identify, you take out the cigarettes and look at them intently.
Yeah.
They fill you with a sense of whimsy and curiosity.
Okay.
Unlike other things.
Am I getting any kind of magical anything out of it?
There's nothing magical emanating from them in terms of its effect on the mana wave energy around it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is possible that you aren't able to really identify the kind of tobacco or what might be in the tobacco. There's something curious about them.
I think I got weed.
What's weed?
It's a long story, but in the solar mines,
In the solar mine.
in the solar mines, we had references to the great vices of the ancients, and among them was something referred to as weed. It had many names, but weed was the one we used. And I've never actually seen it or tried it, but I don't know this for sure. When we're in a much safer climes, I will try these, and if they're what I think they are, we might all benefit from this box of weed.
But if we could all benefit, why wouldn't we try them now?
Well, the problem is I don't know if this stuff ages very well. If it is, and I'm not even sure what it is 100%, but I just get the feeling that these could be the great weed of old. And if that's true, they have a great relaxing effect on people, and I don't mean like pixie blush, not like that, but like a chill out in this cave and rest sort of vibe.
Well, if anybody needs it, Nash, it's you.
Like the great weed of old, which strain? So like the great kush, the great purple kush.
The sativa of legend.
Yeah. All right, I'll put it back in my pocket, tap it lightly, and then sit down again.
Sounds good.
Lean against the wall.
All right.
I'm not entirely sure this king is going to be showing up anytime soon here, Varel.
Why would he move? He sounds quite comfortable where he is, singing of his many things.
Oh,
I
so
wouldn't move if I had so many things in my kingdom.
you're suggesting we go to him?
Yes.
Oh.
Did you all expect a king to go, oh, I'm so grumpy, another king in my castle, and come stomping all the way here? That's not very kingly. He would wait, regally, in his chair, deciding which pose he was going to be in when seen.
Oh.
Oh, well, we've made him wait for a very long time then.
Now, there was villains and loot and the weed.
Scott's muted, but he's choking on his Cheez-Its right now.
She's gonna wash down with some Dr. Pepper.
He's just gonna pop.
And the weed.
He got me with that one. Then let's go find him.
If everybody's feeling up to it, I'm good to go, but it's not me I'm as concerned about.
Let us find, then, our plan for escape. If this all goes sour, I will lead the way, though I am injured. Last time did not go so well. I apologize, Hope. I will lead. If I am somehow downed, if I am fell, run for it. Return to the bug-eating room. And go onto the stones that we originally entered on, not the sands where the worms live.
All
Very
right.
I want to just interject really quick here because we had this last week as well, but I just want to let you know, Scott, that you can use mold earth outside of combat to close and form up caves and stuff. So if you're thinking about forming safety, it's an option for you to just completely close off a cave wall or cavern entrance.
Oh, yeah,
you may not be thinking about that, but as the party plans tactically, you just have a very meaningful thing. So I just wonder. Last week I was very cagey about it, but this week I want to make sure you.
Well, if there's a part of this passage that we're through and done with, and no, we're not going back, I could do that.
I'm just saying,
everywhere.
as an example, if you were camping, you could close off the passages with mold earth. Although something that can dig through the earth will still get to you, but that's an option. So just as they discuss moving forward, battle plans and retreats and stuff, you have a very meaningful option that I just wanted to remind you about.
Okay.
You're free to just smoke cigarettes, though. It's up to you. I'm telling you what to do.
I'm not going to try one until we're out of here. If these go bad, I don't want to be the reason we're losing in a cave.
Well, keep in mind, too, anywhere we go, we're going to have to be dragging George along. He's a bit out of it.
Or we could leave him here. No?
It's a fair point.
I'll leave him with one of these weeds.
It's a fair point.
I mean,
Nash, weren't you the one who was just a little while ago telling everybody if we're not going to be moral, what is the point?
well, it's not about morality, Stanley. I'm just saying if we left him here and we left one of my weeds and maybe some water, just something to survive on for a little while, he's not going anywhere. He's nothing but a burden to us now. We find this king, we work that out, we come back for him. I don't mean leave him here to die. But otherwise, what are we going to do? Throw him over Varel's back and have him carrying two people now? Wait, is he still carrying Hope? I forgot. I can't remember why.
No, I'm walking.
No.
Okay.
Hope's been hobbling around.
But we
That's
keep
not a bad idea, Nash. I can carry George, and should we meet some beast we cannot defeat, we leave George.
I mean, I just don't think it's fair to make him our pack mule. And carry.
But he's basically dead weight. He's been dead weight since he joined us.
I like how you called it a packed mule.
A packed mule. He's a packed mule.
But it's a pack mule. But you pronounced the T.
Did I say a packed mule? Like a pack? I made a
I
pack.
think it was
we're all
not
packed
intentional.
and ready to go.
Oh, all right.
Like a formal pact you entered into with Russia.
I made a packed mule.
It's a packed mule.
Not packed ED mule.
He's not a packed mule.
It just doesn't seem fair to Varel to make him carry all our broken down. I mean, what if it happens to
What?
one of us? Who are you going to choose? Are you going to choose?
Broken down what?
If you're going to choose Hope, are you going to choose Hope or George? Is what I'm saying. You're going to choose Hope, of course.
I'm telling you, we don't need to make a choice. Everybody here right now is exhausted in one way or another. There is no reason why we have to carry on right at this moment.
Well, all right, Two-Face McGee. Let's just stay here then. Let's hang around here until George feels better, and then everybody make sure George is okay, and then we'll take George with us. George, can I make you a cake or freaking rub your feet? Oh, he can't hear me? He's out right now? Oh, that's a shame. Well, that's one more thing I'll make sure to remember. Let me write it down, Stanley, in my little book here.
Nash, your inability to use your spells responsibly and control your magic is another reason why we need to take a rest right now.
False
It is
equivalency.
as much for your benefit as it is for George.
False equivalency. All I'm saying is, in his current state, you have to admit George isn't helping us.
Yes, and you are what, 2 spells away from being just as useful? What are you gonna do, throw your ball at it?
But I'm upright. I can walk. I can move. I can run.
Uh-huh.
I'm not disabled and in the dirt. Like George here, who, I would remind you, used to be on the other team. He's only on this team now out of convenience and survival. Who knows if he'll switch
I
again?
could kill him if it's really tearing this team apart.
Can we please lower our voices? I have just sung of our workmanship, our team, our tribe, to this king. He has heard tales of our victories, and now we squander them. We fight in his presence, in his kingdom.
I should just go find him. But that's my point. Leave George here just for now. He'll be fine. Go find the king, do our business, come back for George.
I agree that pressing on is dangerous, but we do not have supplies to stay here unless George possesses enough secret sandwiches for all, the only ability he has shown us of any use. Then we must press on.
It's a good point. Without food, your long rest you won't actually benefit from, that we talked about in the beginning.
Oh, yeah. Well,
We had bugs. We foraged bugs.
were they enough?
We can forage bugs again.
It will
I
take
think I'll
a
try my
long
chances
period
with
of-
the king.
It'll take a long period of foraging for bugs to get enough for a sustainable meal that's comforting to you.
Go slay the
Maybe.
worm and eat it. It seemed a mighty foe.
I think
I'm
at the
picking up
moment
George.
we're trying to avoid mighty foes.
Then I am picking up George, and I walk over to George, and I lift him up, and I cradle him between my arms, like a princess.
he moves a bit. He's like, and then he snuggles up into your chest comfortably.
I'll go over and pick up his shoe because I'm pretty sure that's probably not riding with him.
Yeah, he's missing one boot for sure.
All right, I got his shoe.
Okay.
If we're gonna move forward, let's move forward.
All right. Perfect. So, Varel, you easily pick him up. Are you proceeding down the west passage?
Yep, as long as everyone files in behind
Go
me.
ahead, move yourself 6 squares. If everyone can move but not ahead of Varel, I'll let you guys move your own characters. I won't do that for you.
I will take up the rear.
Okay.
But do not move ahead of Varel. I hope I'll actually have to be behind. She walks at half speed, unless you're gonna walk purposefully at half speed.
Yeah,
to
I'm
be
walking
behind her.
purposefully behind.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Varel, you may now move another 6 squares.
All right.
The passage for our audio listeners narrows into a 10-foot wide passage, and even though it's a westerly passage, it begins to bend to the left, which suggests a northern.
It also
This is
looks
east.
it looks like an erect seal penis.
Oh,
but-
east. Sorry, it's eastward passage.
What is east?
Yep, it looks like an erect seal penis, according to
It does. Look at it going up. Look at that.
So as you move down the passage, you notice here that there isn't much that distinguishes it, apart from the fact that it's wider and the passage is taller, so it moves up to be about 20 feet. There's a lot of headroom along this passage as it curves around like a penis, as Scott says. Move yourself another 6 feet when you're ready. Okay. And as you continue down with George, you notice again the passage continues on without much to distinguish it. Go ahead and move yourself another 6 feet. All right. And again, continue on. The passage is long, indistinct. You've now traveled so far that you're not even sure which direction you're facing anymore, as the passage twists and winds around.
It's no longer recognizable as a seal penis erection to me.
Yeah. Go ahead and make another 6 feet of movement. Or 6 squares of movement, 30 feet. 40 feet. You have 40 feet, sir. Sorry.
Oh, but I'm walking at a pace that would allow Hope to keep up.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Now, as you enter into this area, it's still, again, a passage that continues, but it turns to your right. And you think that you hear a very, very faint sound that wasn't present in your ears. What you were hearing, Varel, was the sound of bugs, the sound of wildlife, of the underground. But you start to hear like like this sort of this background that, in your experience, would suggest. Roll a survival check.
Silent Hill.
Oh no.
10.
In your experience, would suggest a high likelihood of a waterway or some water flowing underground that you can kind of hear like a, and it starts to fill your ears. You can move another 30 feet when you're ready,
All right.
if you wish to.
Yeah.
Okay. And you edge along the right side of the wall, which turns right, holding George in your hand, but being careful not to move too far into any line of sight. You notice that there's a strange light up ahead. The cave finally opens up into a cavernous room. There doesn't seem to be any distinguishing features other than it looks large. But there's a weird green, faint glow coming from the room ahead. And you can kind of see, if you look on the map and zoom out, you'll see that some of your passage ahead of you is illuminated not by your dark vision, which is magically granted by Nash, or the light. And Nash, you still have a torch lit, or you have your rock. You have a glowing rock, don't you?
Yes, I have a glowing rock that I'm holding aloft.
So that's your light source. Mm-hmm. But there's a light source up ahead that you can see from here. It's green, very faint and dim.
All right, I'll turn back to the group. There's a light, a green light, cut harshly on the ground, like a great door. I believe we found the throne.
Is it light emanating from under a door? Under a door? Through a door? Is the door open? Is it closed?
I'd assume open, but there could be a large crack.
We should investigate. Stanley.
What?
Nothing. I was going to make you do it. Don't worry about it. I'm in no position to make anyone do anything. We should get closer.
All right, I will advance the next the 30 feet.
Yep, sure thing. All right. As you move closer into the room, you can make out the green. The green spills in the larger room up ahead. This looks like a large cavernous area. The ceiling climbs up quite a ways higher than in the passage that you're in there, and there's this green light, and it looks stronger coming from the right than it does from the left, so you would guess that the source of whatever is glowing green and shedding this unusual light, very dim. It doesn't really help illuminate your vision all that much. It would be coming from the right side of the room ahead, in the room ahead. As you get closer to the mouth of the cave that opens up to the wider room, the flowing water grows louder.
I would like to walk to the precipice of this room, the edge of the tunnel.
Okay. With any... You're holding George with any... Just walking towards it?
Yep. Proudly, not exactly stepping lightly.
Okay. And Nash follows with his glowing stone, and the party continues along. And you see that this is a fairly indistinct cavernous chamber. The ceiling goes up quite high. There's a green glow coming from a passage to the right. So it looks like this room has about 4 different exits. One of them is the one you're entering in. There appears to be darkened exit to the left. Across the room, you do, in the dark, make out an entranceway that looks like the passage continuing on. And it, to your ears, is where the sound of water's coming from, is straight ahead. And to the right, there's a strange green glow emanating down the passage, spilling light into this room.
All right. I'll look back at the group. Take a big inhale. King, we wish entrance to your fine cave. We bring gifts.
Okay. Roll a performance check, please. Or persuasion, at your choice.
Oh, ooh, okay. That's different. Persuasion. 13.
Okay. You yell out, echoing, you're hearing your voice echoing and no response. And then you hear, finally coming back to you, a voice.
I heard that!
Is what you hear.
It is I, Varel, King of the Above Lands.
You're gonna pay!
Is what you hear in
Yes.
response.
With great gifts, many gifts, for a king so fine as yourself.
That's right! This is my kingdom! You better come here and pay me! You pay!
We're dead.
You come here and pay!
Well, this is going well.
Yeah.
We pay.
Varel, what are we going to pay?
We pay with our many gifts.
What gift?
George.
Okay.
He's a bad gift, Varel. A bad gift.
A, nobody wants him. B, nobody's paying with George.
Well, then the things George has, or the things we possess.
Your gem.
Surely you can part with some things.
The gems.
Keep
the
your
gems.
weapons.
Get the gems
Yes. Here we come, King, with our many gifts. Me and my fine friends.
You make sure you move slow! And no tricks!
No tricks, so slow.
Now, the voice that you can hear echoing, because it still sounds very distant, appears to be echoing from straight ahead. The same direction that the water flowing is coming from.
I should not carry George. We should make this a bit more regal.
Set him down here at the mouth.
All right, I'll step aside and set down George here.
Okay.
Alright.
Place George on the ground.
Looking at him, he's got his gun on him, right?
He does have the shotgun sort of strapped to his chest, so it is there on him.
I will wiggle the shotgun off him.
Okay. You undo the clasp and take the shotgun off, and now you have it in hand.
Oh,
I'll pass it to Hope.
I'll take it.
Another gift. Let's go. And I sword over my shoulder, broad against the shoulder, and walk proudly into the room with high elbows.
All right. Okay, make your way. I'm going to move you into the middle of the room. Okay. As you make your way into the middle room, you can more clearly see now that this room contains the 4 passages I described. The green glow appears to emanate from a room to the right, which, peering down the cavern, you kind of see this smaller chamber filled with green. And it looks like the ground moves downward in that room. You can't see much more detail than that. But it does appear to be a smaller room. To the left, looking down, it runs into darkness. It's hard to tell what's down there. No noise is emanating or light. Straight ahead is where the voice and the sound of running water comes from. This room appears to be not the throne room, but perhaps ahead you would find something resembling that.
All right. In the middle of the room, I'll look back and see that my party is some 25 feet behind me, and I'll motion them. Come now. Gifts out. Whatever's your best.
Hold the gun that I was handed.
I'll hold out 1 weed cigarette.
Okay.
The rest are staying in my pants.
Yep. Keep your weed cigarette in your pants. Okay. Perfect. You guys move into a more formal formation with Varel's coaching. Can I get a group performance check, please?
Natural 20.
11.
22.
12.
All right. The group, for the most part, Stanley and Hope are very attentive to your direction and fall into place and with the posture pleasing to you. Nash is not so great, but it's passable. And certainly, your own role doesn't really matter that much as you're giving out the direction, so it's less of a concern to you at this time. Everyone looks good. Ready for a what would they call that? Ready to be an envoy of some kind.
Yeah, envoy. That's the right word.
All right, I advance this envoy.
And do you provide directions to your envoy as to what they need to do, or just follow you?
Forward.
All right.
Looking
Pharrell silently
proudly at
says,
Hope and Stanley, who are doing fantastic.
Yep, the only instruction he gives is forward, and he begins moving forward. Move yourself forward 12 squares.
Oh my.
Or up to as many as you'd like. In the group, you'll have to follow along in order.
Oops.
Hope was like the Flash.
I'll advance to just inside here so we can line up once again.
Sure. All right, and as you proceed into the room, you notice that of running water grows louder, and you can begin to make out a passage of running water. And across the running water, from behind a few pieces of cavern that are blocking your vision, you do see a light spilling out from behind them, but you can't see who or what is generating the light and who's present in this room. You can advance.
All right, I'll walk to the edge of it, and still not seeing around this great pillar before me.
You can
What
advance as you like. Sorry to interrupt.
What a mighty hall! Fit for such a king!
You show yourself!
Here we
Who's
come.
there? Who's there? Who is this?
You're yelling.
So we're on an upper ledge?
Yeah, but it appears that you're on an upper ledge and that there's a stone staircase, like a cut out into the cave floor, leading down to the water. And you hear it yell finally,
Wait! Don't you touch that water!
Wouldn't dare, king.
and then as you approach the ledge, you hear loud steps. Boom, 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 boom on the cave rock floor. And a large figure peeks out from behind the pillar of rock in the middle, covering some of it, and you see a large face. Basically, a man standing about 14 feet tall. Humanoid, big, fat. He's got a giant nose with a big pimple on it, and his head is bald except for a few strands of like hair that would comb over or blow in the wind. It's blowing right now. And you see that he's wearing like a brown vest that is stained with what can only be centuries of sweat and gross whatever that he might have rolled around in. You see tattered brown shorts like ripped off, like Hulk style, like they're just too big for him. And his skin is very oily, very brown, except his hands, which had these large scars around them. And then his hands are very like white and pink flesh, and the same with his feet. There's these large scars on his calves, where his dirty skin all of a sudden becomes pink and clean. And he's got a couple of missing teeth, and he walks around the corner. And says, "Who's in my cave? Who are you? Who are
Can we tell how many?
little people?"
And as he tries to peer and look over at you.
How many eyes does he have?
He has two eyes.
Okay.
They're large and black, but they look humanoid.
Glorp, or what was his name? Glorp? Gorp? Take your Gorp down to DEFCON 3, everybody. It's not Gorp or Glorp. I was worried it was the one Varel and I are in trouble if it's him, so I just want to make sure.
He moves to the side. Now the avatar I'm using doesn't look like him, so don't picture that. He looks like a large 14-foot man. Big. He looks and he goes,
You've got to pay me rent.
Surely. We are the heroes of the wastes and kings of above.
ah.
You small men's. Clearly you're not heroes.
What does small men's doing in here?
Oh, man.
Perhaps my Major Domo should inform you of such dealings as our heroic deeds. Stanley.
well. Thanks for that, King. I'll kind of stand a little more upright. O great King of the underground, we have come from above, for we have heard glorious tales of your kingdom and your exploits. Before me is my King Vorel, King of the above. He insisted upon meeting one such as you.
There's no way up above. Why are you lying to me? You're lying! How did you get here?
From above.
Stanley, magic. Maybe he likes magic.
Maybe he doesn't like magic.
As you say that, there's a large glowing sphere sort of follows him and tracks him behind his head. It's emanating light behind him. It's strange. It floats in the air without the need for apparently any strings or to be held. It sheds light in what appears to be a 20-foot radius all around him, so you have a source of light and he has a source of light, and he's staring at you across this river that's flowing quite rapidly.
I assure you, we have come from above, bearing many gifts from above as well, including... Please present me the first gift.
The Hope will hand over the gun.
This weapon that they use frequently up above. It is crude and small, but it is unique to the world above. And with Mage Hand, I will lift it and have it sail out 30 feet and rest it on the ground.
He examines it as the Mage Hand brings it over. It brings it over to him across the river?
I don't think it can go that far. I think it can only move about 30 feet. So it would just move out 30 feet and then set it down.
All right, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. You know what that means, right?
We do, and we're honored that you would extend such a courtesy to us.
You want to get past the river? You pay the toll. This is my cave. Also, you gotta pay me rent for how much time you spent in my cave.
And what is the toll and rent for such a thing?
10,000 gold pieces.
We don't have that.
Well, Varel, pay the man.
Pay him.
I don't think we have 10K.
We don't.
That's to cross the river.
Give him weed.
Rent, I'll take 2,000 gold pieces. That'll cover this month.
The gem. What if we told him the gem is worth that much money?
That's a good idea.
Well, surely this rare and exotic gem would be worth that much, and I will Mage Hand out the red gem and set it down next to the gun.
Bring it here for me to look at. Why you put it down there?
Alright. This is great. I have to be the damned Major Domo.
You're presentable, though. That's the problem.
Alright. I'm gonna walk to the edge. Right here. The edge of the ledge. And once again, I will use the Mage Hand and I will float first the gun and then the gem over to him.
Okay. And you set them down. He looks at them and he goes,
That's a good start, but not enough.
Very well. You are absolutely right. There are far more treasures that I believe should be offered. We I believe we have a good deal that we just recently procured from up above in our treasury. Hope, I
Who is
believe,
this up above? What's that?
was the land above us, above the ceiling.
There's no land above me.
Oh, well, then we have amazing stories we might share with you.
I'm listening.
For there is a land above, and we know the passageway to get there.
You mean like heaven?
As a matter of fact, we could show you the very way to get there yourself.
Little tiny man from heaven telling me my business as king.
Well, mighty king such as
You
yourself
pay the
surely
toll, you go.
would like to expand his holdings.
What?
Good one, Stanley.
There is a whole chamber full of fascinating glowing eggs up above.
You're trying to
Give
trick
your
me.
egg.
I'm the guardian of the river.
Take the egg.
Don't get
I'll be
across the
crushed.
river. You're trying to get me away from the river. So you don't have to pay the toll.
Stanley, take the egg.
Crushed
I'll
egg.
slip him the egg.
Well, you're pretty far away.
Oh. Oh, I am. Yeah.
You don't have an egg. You just have the black pit thing that's inside.
Right.
Crushed it.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
right.
don't have an egg.
Gosh dang it.
We had an egg.
We have the pit.
I just don't think that's gonna be as impressive for some reason. I assure you, our interest in your river is not our purpose here. We wanted to see your holdings and introduce you to our king and leader. Now, we do have additional treasures we might share with you. If I could speak to your major domo, we could, of course, exchange this.
Means
Yes, your major domo, I can work it out with them. Surely you
what are
don't
you
handle-
saying?
Well, excuse my impertinence, King, but surely you don't manage all your affairs yourself. One of the best parts of being king is having
Yes,
others...
I do. I manage everything myself. I'm the guardian of the river. I'm the king of these caves. Me,
Well,
not
that's-
you, not the headache man.
That
Me.
seems incredibly tiring, King. Surely it would be easier to have others to take care of such menial tasks so you could see the more fit kingly duties that you might enjoy.
I'm the king.
Well,
This
yes.
is my river. This is my cave. I'm the king of the cave of the cave. I'm the king of the river. I'm the king. You're not the king. Me, I'm the king. Pay me the toll.
He looks at you intently and he just stops talking, and it's kind of unnerving.
Burrell, how long are we at this? He's not buying it.
Very well. Kings, kings are we, king of above, as you see. And I start advancing towards to join, arm outstretched, holding my sword, downward, non-threateningly, like a baton staff, as I sort of make my way towards him, like the Joker did in that Michael Keaton movie, going down the street. Bit of a parade.
Roll a performance check for that, please.
18.
Okay. He watches you in delight, moving away from his attention from Stanley, as he watches your performance. Seems enthralled by it.
I like it. You have a nice voice.
We're not here to spy. Why would we lie? The land above is free and set for you to see.
Guarding rivers is no game. I would like to know your name.
Pharrell Rasvim Kurek is my name. Saving the people, the land is my game.
Well, I'm not a king who puts up with fooey. I will tell you, my name is Hungui.
Well, I'm gonna just step back here and sit because I'm getting very tired of this shit.
Now, little. Oh,
Hungui, Hungui, a king for the ages. Come, let us meet. Show me your pages.
I'm very sorry, but I've got no books. I just have my river and these handsome good looks.
Handsome good looks will get you far. But we seek greater things ajar.
I appreciate your love for poetry, Vorel Rasvim Kurik, man. But you still have to pay the toll to me.
Hold on. Nash interrupts. Dear King, there's nothing greater in these trying times than dinner with Nash Maggard of the Solar Mines.
He looks to you and he goes. He nods his head in appreciation of your effort.
All right. Dodged a performance check. I like it.
Listen, you guys are kind of nice, but you still have to pay the toll. It make me angry. If you don't pay the toll, no Barry will be mad with me. It's my sworn duty as king.
What else do we have?
Pharrell, find out who would get mad at him. What need does he of gold down here?
What need have you of such treasures that you pay? A king should not pay, he should rule.
I'm the king of the cave. No Barry made me king. And the king makes people pay.
No, Barry.
Is that the headache
No
man?
Barry.
Oh, the headache man.
Is No Barry the headache man?
No. The headache man. I hate the headache man.
I
trapped
see.
him.
We are
I
a crew of great
trapped
deeds.
him.
Perhaps we could solve the headache man's problem. Hmm.
I tried to kill the headache man because the headache man wouldn't pay me tolls and rents. Headache man, very disrespectful. So I put boulders on the headache man. I don't like him.
And he lives beneath these boulders now?
Yes.
Would you share with us those boulders so we might defeat the headache man?
The headache man. I don't like him. I put the boulders on the other side of the river and down the river. I won't move them.
Does he give you headaches, or does he have headaches?
He makes me he gives me headaches.
Okay. All right.
If we can stop him, can we pass?
Persuasion roll.
Let's see. 23.
You still gotta pay me rent for the time you've been here. But I'll give you safe passage across my river if you can get rid of the headache man.
Our gifts then should suffice, as they meet your required standards. They are worth the many gold pieces you asked for.
He bends over and picks up the gem. He's like,
I don't know. One more like this one.
and he points to the gem.
One more gift.
I think he wants another gem.
We have more gems.
Oh.
Trying to remember where I wrote the gems that we had. But we definitely have them. I will step forward again, back up to the front, and I will pull out the quartz that I have in my bag, and I will Mage Hand over a piece of quartz.
Turns his face.
Ew. This one ain't nice. You got a pretty one.
All right, I have one called a bloodstone. I will float that over to him.
Ooh. Hungry like.
And he takes it from the mage hand, and he puts them in his hands like this, and puts them up to his cheek. Goes,
Yes. Fair enough. That's your rent for this month. But just you four. And no one else. And no crossing my river until the headache man goes away. I guess I won't be seeing you again.
Oh?
The headache man. He's a bastard.
I see.
If Hungui can't beat the headache man, what are little people going to do? Little people, you little people. Look how little you are.
You guys, he's kind of a dick.
Hungui,
I agree.
find it funny. The little people make Hungui laugh. Their final breaths will be spent at last.
Varel, which way is the headache man?
Show us where the headache man is afar, and we shall go there. Right now.
The headache man's. So, I've blocked the passages here to the headache man's. He's on the other side of the river. Probably go back where you came from and take the other way, and that'll take you to the headache man. But you can't cross my river. Don't you dare put a foot in it. You didn't pay. I'm its guardian.
Hope will start walking out of the room. She's so done with this guy.
Very well. The rent is paid, dear king. We shall see you when the headache man is dead. And we turn to
He
leave.
is singing.
I'm the great Hungui, and I made an excellent deal. But I'd be willing to bet when the headache man comes for you, you'll squeal.
And he's just sort of singing, but not very favorably about you, but more about him as you move back into, as you exit the room and back into the room with the green light, presumably. I think it's a good time to give my throat a little break
From talking like Hungui.
Sounds good to
you
me.
muted.
Let's take a break. We'll be back, and that means more fun right here on There Will Be Dungeons. Don't go anywhere.